So the conveyor belts are how you move stuff around, and then these inserters are how you grab things. So first off, so this thing will keep producing, I'm going to make a conveyor belt system here. Okay, now this is where it's going to get tricky, because I'm going to need a lot of iron for this. Plus I got to get through all these trees. So this will take me slightly longer than normal. This is kind of a weird way to do it, but I think it's going to pay off. Although you can see, tree is in the way. Might as well just clear this whole thing out, but that'll take me slightly longer than I want. You can see all the coal building up here, which is excellent. And hell, it's nighttime, so we might as well dig. Can't see anything anyway. And there's not a way that I'm aware of to actually move this around. Okay, so let's just go over here and get some iron. See, that thing's still working. So it's got a little bit of coal on that line. We need plates, we need coal, we need all kinds of good stuff. So let's do this, make sure these guys are pumping. We'll get all the iron we can carry. This guy does have a pretty good inventory as well. He can carry a lot of stuff. Get that. Fill him up. There we go. And we'll make the run back. Like you see, it's still nighttime. I'll tell you what, we can build these poles while we're here, so that we're connected. That worked out fairly well. Not perfectly lined up, but fairly close. We'll do some more of these guys. Alright, let's slap down some conveyors. Oh, we got a tree in the way. You bastard. You can kind of ride these conveyors too. Oh, another tree. Yeah, going through the forest is not the best of plans. Okay, another tree. But what's going to happen is it will allow me to keep my production of electricity coal out of the way of my production of materials coal, which would be sweetest. It'll be awesome. So making long-term plans here in the early game. Now I imagine if I was playing on a map with a lot of enemies standing around me, I'd have a different feeling about this, but as of now, we're okay. And you see we ran out of steel again, so we gotta go get some more plates. We'll grab some coal while we're here. Oh yeah, because this guy ran out of it. Grabbed the wrong thing, didn't I? There we go. Don't know that would be enough to start with. I don't know why I'm doing it this way anyway, I'm kind of dumb. So, I've got these guys here. Let's go ahead and get these poles out. there, one there. And then what we can do is take these guys, and you can see it has a flat line and an arrow. We'll pull from one and go out to the other, and the other will be boxes. And so now these things will be continuously pumping, and I'm not going to stop production once I get to the maximum. But I don't have a great way to load them yet, so we'll still be a little slow. But at least when I come back, I'll have more plates possible. And some more of those. So let's see if we can get this bad boy connected. Okay, and the goal is to be one away from this guy. Like so. And then turn it. And there we go. So you can see the coal going down the chute. Now we're going to have to put one of these bad boys up here. Pull it off of the conveyor into the boiler. And then, of course, give that electricity. And since it's full already, it doesn't need to do anything. Now what I also want to do, you know what I actually want to do here, is this. I'll put a box down here, and I'll put another one of these guys there. And that way, I'll fill this box. And that box is capable of holding a lot. And what that means is that this will not be held up. It will continue to produce and fill that box. Now, it's not going to fill super duper fast, so I do have to keep an eye on that. But eventually, it will back up once that box gets full if I don't use more. So that conveyor will back up. But that's not a bad thing. Just means that I've got a ton of coal available. So, step one complete. We have electrical power that is not going to need to be micromanaged. So that's awesome. Alright, so the next thing is we're going to have to bring coal out of here, iron and copper. Now the way I like to do this is to have coal in the middle and then iron and copper. Let's see, can I make any red stuff yet? No, not yet. I need more plates. And I want to research the long thingamajangies. There you go. And you'll know what that is in a little bit, I should say. Long thingamajangies is not the greatest description. So we'll plop this stuff in here. Continuously building. Okay, so coal's first. Now it's kind of late at night. It's hard to see, but you can see I've got this big long strip right here. So the goal is to turn the coal where I can get its most use. So I'm going to need a bunch of these drills. We'll go ahead and make a couple of them. Now you could do this with these gas drills and keep filling them up with coal, but I don't see the point in taking all that time. I might as well just do it right from the beginning. Alright, we'll pull this guy down to the bar. Here you go. And we'll put it this way so we're backed up against that copper. Now the main thing is, if you can see, if I go into the copper, then I'm going to grab copper as well. I don't want to do that. I want to keep this a pure coal vein. And if I come down, it looks like it's going to be good all the way to the bottom. So that's excellent. So we'll start it right here. It's 90,000. Not a terrible place to start. We'll give it some electricity right there, and it's going to start its pumping. So then we will go ahead and let these guys come out to there. And this might just be the middle of everything. It might indeed. So we're going to need to do the same thing over here to the iron. And might as well do it the same way. Look at this big long. All of this is good all the way down and all the way up. So this will start us at about 39,000. Good place to start. We'll bring our electrical poles over. Real close. There we go. Now we're pumping iron, and we're going to have to make some more of the conveyors, which steel plates and gears, that takes a lot of steel. So let's make sure we got a lot of iron built up in here. Go. Yeah, and I'll make those lines go straight out from there. So you can see that's done right there. We'll see, can we make any more yet? No. Need more of those plates. Just can't produce them fast enough with this kind of setup. Because I am kind of spread out, but I'm doing this on purpose. You don't have to do it this way. But I'm doing it on purpose because I want to have a good, clean, when I get into big manufacturing. So let's turn this straight against these guys, and it will turn this way, go up. So I just got to get enough steel to build all of these guys, and that means I'm going to have to move. I'm going to have to move something. I'm going to have to move my guys here. But that's fine, they need to move anyway. So we'll take the iron guy first, and we'll move him up here. And so what's going to happen is I'll have to have... I don't know what I just did there. I wasn't paying attention. So let's take this guy. I didn't want to have it to be super tight here, but I don't know why I wouldn't. Let's go ahead and keep it close then. Bring it off by 1 right there. And then put this bad boy here, coming off the line. And then that guy there, and I need to bring them some electricity. As I said before, it gets a little crazy with the wires. Yeah, a little crazy. Let's see if we can take that guy out. Yeah, it's okay. But he doesn't have any coal, but that's okay. I can throw that in there and throw that in there as well. And I need to do the same thing where I'm going to put this box down. But I'm standing in the way. Get out of the way, stupid. Alright, so that's that. Now we'll do copper on the other side. And can I make some more of these? Yep, while I'm doing that. Like this. So the copper, we'll kind of do it the same way. It'll be pulling from right there. Then we'll do the furnace. I need another one of these guys. Steel plates is a thing. It's a real thing, especially when you're making this many conveyors. Let's see, one of those guys there. Pop him here. And put it out to a box with a little electricity. So. And he'll be ready to go. But he doesn't have a line yet. We'll get there. So while that's happening, I'll just manually feed it. And we'll put these guys, making sure they're pointed in the correct direction. And here we go. So now our iron is going to come off this drill, and it's going to go be picked up by this collector, put in the furnace, and automatically put into the box. So our first automatic system of iron is complete. Now we need to work on the copper. So I'll do the same turn. And we need to make more of these guys. So we're going to need more iron. So the plates are starting to add up slightly. And you can see I still have to manually feed these guys coal, but there's this coal chute in the middle. That's going to be the next thing on my mind once I get these guys going. So I need another drill. There we go, could make one of those. You can see the copper line here. So rotate this guy around. Again, don't want any of that coal popping in. try to line this up as good as we can. As well as we can. Blammo. Good, good, good. Throw that guy there. I just try to minimize the amount of poles I have because they get out of control, sir. Out of control. And copper is not as big a deal as iron in the early game, as you can already see. So, get some more of these guys. And while we're waiting, we're not going to need these guys anymore. Also not going to need either of these guys. So we can pull these up. Now I haven't really found a way to kind of break down that old stuff and use it for anything else. I don't think you can, so I know you could probably put it in a box and shoot it, but I'm not really into that right now at the moment. Seems a little bit unnecessary. Being the kind of pack rat I am. Oh, look at that pole right in the way. What a jerk. And we go here and there. And there you have it. So now I've got copper pumping to this guy as well. So all I got to do is keep it in the coal. I've got quite a bit of coal on me. Go ahead and fill these guys up manually as well. Get all this ore off of me. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is get my first level of logistics or research. So I'm going to need this guy. So lots of copper, lots of iron. Not quite yet. Still need some copper. Nope, still plates. This allows me to do research. And it's going to be a little slow. Really need more of this copper happening here. Or copper, I'm sorry, iron. So we could do that. We could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So we'll get started, and while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and make 7 of those as well. That'll get me started on my research. So what we're going to do here is we'll skip 1, pop, and skip 1, and pop. You'll see why I do that in a little while, but right now we'll put them on the bottom, keep them consistent. We'll give them the electricity they desire. Put a guy on this side as well. Dumping out. And they also require electricity. And I'm not going to use the thingamajangers as of yet. So let's fill those up. And now we'll extend this guy as far as it can go. And I got this backwards. Yay, got it backwards. Sure did. Okay, those seem to be correct. These need to point this way. Much better. So now you can see they're pulling iron off and they're filling these crates. So that's good, because I'm going to need quite a few crates of these steel plates in order to make my science center. And my early game, as far as I've really progressed so far, is getting to how to do science properly for early game, which is greens and reds. And that's easier said than done, but you'll see how I approach it. We'll see if you like it or if you don't like it. You can see there's a lot of stuff being made to make this guy. And while that's happening, I'll go ahead and make those too. And while that's happening, I'll grab this. Everything's working out. And I'll tell you what, while this is all going on, I'll run back down to these rocks and I'll fill it back up with coal so I can keep getting some stone, because I'll need that eventually, and it'd be nice if it had a large quantity built up.